Hello, my dear learners. Myself, KURIAN, I'm a practicing chartered accountant as well as a faculty for direct taxes and international tax laws. Today, I'm here to discuss, or we are doing a kind of an analysis for your CMA final direct taxation examination for your December 2019 attempt. So, let's go through all the important areas that you have to focus for your examination. So, straight away, let's start. So what I've done, I've categorized your topics into A, B and C, just like an ABC analysis. So A category means the most important category that you have to focus for your examination. B category means least important, comparatively least important, and C, other miscellaneous areas. So let's go through all the important topics for your exam. First of all, I'll start with the PGPP. Profits or gains from business or profession is the most important area for your examination. Why? Because this is actually the last 5 attempts average. Because the last 5 attempts, your examiner keep on asking questions from PGPP. So for this attempt, you can expect around 10 to 16 marks questions from your PGPP. So that's why I've categorized PGPP as the most important topic for your examination. It is not at all PGPP. You can expect certain basics from IFRS as well as from capital gains as well. So after PGPP, the next important chapter is business restructuring. Business restructuring, for the past 5 attempts, they will keep on asking questions from business restructuring. You can expect around 8 to 10 mark questions from business restructuring. So after PGPP, business restructuring, next important area is double taxation avoidance agreement, which is a part of your international taxation. Again, for the last 5 attempts, they keep on asking questions from your double taxation avoidance agreement chapter, and you can expect around 8 to 16 mark question for this attempt. Thereafter, the most important chapter, again, this is transfer pricing and other anti-avoidance measures. And you can expect around 16 to 24 marks from this area. As you all know, your weightage for international taxation is around 30 marks for your exam. So these two are very, very, very critical for your exam. You must have to cover the entire DTA as well as the TP provisions. Moving onwards or moving forward, the next one is assessment of trust. That means a charitable trust, 12 AA items. You can expect around 4 to 8 mark from this area, including case laws. So you have to study assessment of trust in a case law perspective as well. And again, PGPP also, you have to consider a case law perspective, because most of the times they will keep on asking questions from PGPP, or the case law questions are from PGPP itself. So moving forward, the next important area is assessment procedure. That means from section 142 subsection 1 to section 156. You have to cover this area. You can expect around 6 to 8 mark question from assessment procedure. So these all are the most top important or the most important topics for your December 2019 examination. So after that, you have to consider, we will move on to the category B. So starting with the assessment of companies, that means the MAT provision, that INTES, complaint, financial statement adjustment, etc. You can expect around 6 to 8 mark question from the assessment of companies. After that, non-resident taxation. So from non-resident taxation, you can expect around 6 to 8 marks again. Thereafter, return of income. Return of income is a very easy chapter. You have to cover that chapter. Why? Because for the last 2 attempts, they will keep on asking questions from return of income. It's a very easy chapter and you won't take much time for that chapter to cover. So definitely you have to consider. You can expect around 6 to 8 mark questions from that chapter as well. After that, it is again heads of income, that is IFOS, that is income from other source. After return of income, it is income from other source. You can expect around 4 to 6 marks from income from other source chapter. Pure basics, you don't have to go for a very advanced study of IFOS. A pure basics is more than enough. Thereafter, you have to revise appeals and revision. So it is better to study assessment procedure, thereafter appeals and revision. So I've categorized this appeals chapter into category B. Okay. So this appeals and revision, you can expect around 2 to 4 mark questions for your examination. After that, set off carry forward of losses. So set off and carry forward, as you know, it is a very pure, easy area. You have covered or you have studied this area for your inter. So for your final as well, it is an important chapter. Why? Because normally in the amalgamation or the business restructuring or a demerger, they keep on asking questions including the set off and carry forward area. So you can expect an isolated question which usually carries around 4 to 6 marks, or you can expect a hybrid question from this set off and carry forward. Hybrid means a question which has some area of set off and carry forward. The question is mainly, or question shall be from that area which is called that business restructuring, and they will mix up business restructuring as well as set off and carry forward of losses, and they can ask around 4 to 6 marks in your exam. After that, advanced rulings. I won't say it is a very important chapter, but advanced rulings, they can ask questions from advanced rulings as well. If they are asking, you can expect around 4 to 6 mark questions from advanced rulings. Thereafter, capital gains. In capital gains, the way you have to cover mainly case laws and basic provisions. You don't have to go through the entire capital gain. What you have to do, the basic provisions as well as the case law perspective study is required for capital gains. Those who are using my book, I have given all the important case laws in capital gain in that chapter itself. You have to revise all the case laws in my book. Okay? Yeah. Thereafter, again, TDS. TDS also requires a case law perspective study. You don't have to go for that entire TDS sections, rate, etc., etc. What you have to do, you have to cover all the important case laws from the TDS area as well. Again, students who are using my book, all the case laws, all the important case laws I've given. That study is more than enough for your examination. Thereafter, chapter 6A, you can expect around 2 to 4 mark question from chapter 6A, or you can expect a question from DTA which contains some adjustments which is related to chapter 6A. So definitely chapter 6A is also an unavoidable chapter. Then next one is alternate minimum taxes and section 10AA, that says exemption chapter. You can expect around 6 to 4 mark questions from that chapter, because for the last 5 attempts the average is around 2. So this ABC analysis is purely based on last 5 attempts research. So what I've done, I've taken your past 5 exam attempt question paper and done a very detailed research. From that I've prepared this chapter. This chart. Again, the other least important areas, if you get time after finishing this A and B category, if you have time, you have to go through penalties, settlement commission, interest, especially 234A, B and C. You don't have to study that entire interest area which is given in your study material issued by the Institute of Cost Accountants of India. What you have to do, just focus on this 234A, B and C. Thereafter, equalization levy, black money and imposition of tax law, then assessment of firms. Assessment of firms, mainly you have to cover that 40B, which is a part of your PGBP. That is the main area that you have to focus. That's called assessment of firms. Thereafter, assessment of mutual fund, securitization trust, etc. That means that business trust assessment, etc. Thereafter, tonnage tax scheme, then clubbing of income, and basic concepts. If you get time after finishing this A and B category, go the C category in this order itself. After finishing penalty, go for settlement, thereafter go for interest, thereafter equalization levy, just like that. Okay, hope this is actually helpful for your December 2019 examination. So what I'm trying to say, from this areas you can expect around total 90 to 100 marks. This is what we can expect. Again, I'm giving one disclaimer. This is purely based on a statistical research, which is based on last 5 attempt questions. Okay, hope this is useful. So all the best for your examination. Stay focused, stay blessed, and see you all. Thank you.
Logic School of Management.